Another day enough for audio recording. I need to go figure out something to talk about. I don't really know, and I don't really know why I'm even making this and stuff. Yeah, I don't have a lot to do. I'm gonna go look through my community posts because I made a ton of those when I was playing Roblox. I don't know why. Ignoring that. Stupid thing on my. Yeah, no, there's nothing really important here. Should I just read the majority of this out and pretend it's new content? Guys, I could do whatever I want. I'm not going to talk about personality tests because, I guess most of these I don't have to write about. That's just a new doctrine. Yeah, no, never mind. This will be a shitpost then. If I have nothing philosophical to talk about, I will do whatever I want. So I don't really know what I'm supposed to be talking about here. I'm gonna look at whatever, cause last time I checked, I didn't really learn anything new. I didn't get any new insight on reality or any of the workings. No. Maybe I should start labeling all my ideas and stuff, because they seem to have a lot of things I'm just talking about for no reason, and I don't have a name for any of these stuff. I already have cubicalism, which is a huge, horrible name for philosophy that isn't about aesthetics at all. You get this ultra nihilistic, well, really not ultra nihilistic, it's very culture based, against culture. This anti-culture nihilistic dialectical system, and post pessimist and whatever, and you get the aesthetic of being cute as a philosophy, and it's supposed to be the same thing. It's a contradiction. So whatever. But I think I don't want to go for any of the journal writings, which you could tell which one's a journal writing or not, because it was the original number ones, the ones had numbers. The part 9, part 8, part whatever. Those were all basically already written down and pre-ordered. And on all of those, I think I can easily just say, maybe I should just stop making this recording. I'm tired. Or I can do those commentary people and just write a bunch of commentary stuff about stuff, right? You guys love commentary people. You guys want to talk about how this whole thing's not working out? It's crazy, right? I don't know. I don't like Jordan B. Peterson, and I don't like having his initials. He's reliant on... Oh wait, I could use this time to criticize people who go in negative nihilism or whatever. All those people who get nihilistic and they turn all sad and pessimistic and, everything's not gonna go in my favor because nothing even matters and there's no point in life and there's no values. They're idiots who keep grabbing onto ideas of value and keep basing their life around some sort of bigger thing. And that's why they're sad or nihilism is proven to be right in their eyes. They get all sad because they think they need something bigger to be, themselves a person. They need like some sort of justification for it or whatever. So they have to reject everything. They think that hypocrisy is so wrong, which is a value, by the way. They think a value that hypocrisy is wrong, and use that to prove their anti-hypocritical super ultra nihilism, where they don't take opinion on anything, because in the end it's just going to be another form of culture. Be a hypocrite. There's no point in not being a hypocrite. It's not a value. No, well, it is a value, and that's why you shouldn't be like trying not to be a hypocrite. Do whatever you want. In the end, it doesn't matter, and I love myself, so I just think that all these negative Nancy's or whatever just are like that because they don't know how to actually let go of values. They so base themselves off of morals, and those morals, it's more transgression than actually nihilistic. And what else do I say? I don't believe in the anti-natalist idea of the world's more negative than positive, so don't have kids, because negative and positive is completely subjective and not real things. It's based upon people's goals, wills, and overall ideas of things. And that's kind of why there's like in between areas where negative things can be positive and vice versa, like masochists. And that can prove to be an important skill in things like fighting or something. But in the end, it's ultimately useless because it's still based on your goals, whatever goal you choose. And yeah, all I'm saying here is that negative nihilists who want to be like, seeing it in a depressing light only gives it a bad reputation. The world can't handle nihilism, they'll commit mass suicide or something. That's not gonna happen. If they were like actually understanding to give up values, they said they don't. And another thing I want to talk about is moral nihilists. And I don't mean moral nihilists, I mean nihilists who are moralists, who claim to like reject all traditions and values and blah blah blah, and then go on to be like supporting people and being like all moralistic and canceling and social justice, and being like puritists and not doing anything problematic. They want to be perfect people, even though they're nihilists. You could say, well, that's because they want to. They're doing what they want, just like you are. But the thing is, you're saying that none of that even interests you a bit, and you're not repressing anything. I mean, you can't be a perfect person, so I don't understand why they basically got for a way to do that if nothing matters. It's strange. So those are two currents of nihilism: the moralists who go and do stuff and be like progressive and not try anything problematic and stick to the basic morals of culture and what they're taught just because they want to, even though all the culture morals that they're doing are ultimately falsified and not true at all. And they just go about that saying like, I did because they want to. I feel like in C-Sec's idea of nihilism being the ultimate stage of ideology, I guess this sort of moral nihilism is the ultimate stage of culture, because you're just applying yourself to a cultural morals you were groomed into, and instead of rejecting them when you realize that they're basically all false, you instead keep with them and keep following this culture just in a quote-unquote voluntary state, where really you're just following subjective morals based off of what you learned, and doing it instead of for a reason like, oh, God or heaven or whatever. You're doing it because you feel you need some sort of guiding path in order to be happy. You need some sort of community, some sort of moral ground, some sort of you need culture to exist, but you realize that it's false, so you just go with it anyways. Like Christian atheists, they realize God doesn't exist, but they need the Christian religion, so they go with it anyways. So I just think that both currents are stupid in nihilism. The moralists who try to basically just align themselves with culture anyways to give themselves meaning, and then negative, depressive ones who basically think that just because they have no meaning, that suddenly everything's sad and that they get depressed over it because they still connect themselves to value. Like Lancer connected himself to value. You shouldn't do that. You should realize that really, I don't know, maybe there's no solution for you guys. But for me, since I know I'm awesome, that's all I need. But I guess other people don't really have the luxury of being as not insecure and absolutely perfect as I am. And that's gonna sound narcissistic, but it's not, because narcissism's rooted in insecurity, and as I said, I don't have that. I don't set any sort of ideals to myself. I don't set any sort of identity to myself, and I don't need praise. I don't like praise, actually, so now it's people trying to psychoanalyze. Well, that's not gonna happen for me because I'm a mediocre, extremely mediocre here YouTuber with like, 4 views on my most viewed video, so let's be real. But, the imaginary crowd that I'm talking to, the imaginary people that I'm making points towards, because people are totally gonna care and listen to this. Yep. Okay, that's enough. I'm tired of this. I'm gonna go to sleep. Even after I said that I wouldn't go to sleep because, why would I do that? Do I look like I'm sleeping? Well, guess what? Yeah, I'm going to sleep. Yeah. I don't know, I'm still recording. I was gonna say something else that's like the last thing, but I don't really know. What could I possibly say that's important? Something culture. Yeah, that's good enough. Where's the